the replacement ammonia tank onto the ISS structure and then stowing the one which was removed on EVA-1 back in the payload bay for return. When the EVA starts out, the crew will leave the airlock and actually pre-position a bag outside, which will be used at the beginning of EVA-3. This is just to clear up some space in the airlock on that subsequent EVA by getting some stuff outside early on. After Danny stows that bag, both crew will head down to the payload bay and begin to prepare the replacement ammonia tank for removal. The replacement ammonia tank is launched with a thermal blanket wrapped around the base of it. This skirt provides passive thermal protection during the launch and on-orbit phase before it's installed. So Danny Olivas will unwrap that and fold back the thermal blanket and stow it against the aft bulkhead of the payload bay. While he's doing that, Christopher Fugelsang will be setting up the foot restraint, which Nicole had previously stowed at the end of EVA-1. Once that is complete, he'll ingress that foot restraint, and the two spacewalkers will prepare by releasing the 4 bolts which hold the ammonia tank to structure. When those 4 bolts are released, Christopher then will hold some handrails on the ammonia tank and hand carry the tank up to the P1 work site while he rides the arm. Again, this has been heavily choreographed with mass handling to make sure we know exactly how this mass is going to handle on orbit. We know where its center of gravity is and how difficult it's going to be to control. And Christopher's had a lot of practice with that and should be in good shape to get this task done. We expect that to be about a 30-minute translation from the payload bay up to the P1 work site. Once the crew arrives at the P1 truss, both crew will guide the replacement tank into the truss onto the clevis brackets where it will get bolted down into position. Danny will attach the top 2 bolts while Christopher attaches the bottom 2 bolts. Then Danny Olivas will work on connecting the fluid and electrical lines, which will complete the installation of this ammonia tank onto the structure. At this point, we have to get the old ammonia tank down to the payload bay. Since EVA-1, this has been grappled in the end of the SSRMS robotic arm. So the arm will present it to Danny Olivas, who will be in a structural mounted foot restraint, where he will then grasp it and as the arm is commanded to ungrapple the arm. From this point, the arm will reposition Christopher, who has been riding the arm, in a position such that Danny can hand the tank back to Christopher, where he can then hand carry it down to the payload bay. One of the greatest challenges we've had in our training has been working out the choreography of this robotic maneuver here. Some of our training facilities are limited based on the size of the space station and how it has grown in the pool. It makes it difficult to model this perfectly underwater as we expect it to be on orbit. So we'll sort of be seeing aspects of training from multiple facilities coming together for the first time really on orbit, and we expect success in that handoff maneuver. Once that's complete and the arm is driven Christopher down to the payload bay, both crew members will attach the 4 bolts which secure the ammonia tank to the carrier assembly in the payload bay. With that bolted down, their main tasks are really just clean up, where the crew will remove a grapple fixture which was installed by the STS-127 crew. This allowed the arm to grapple the tank. Danny will take that grapple fixture up to the S1 ammonia tank, where it'll be in position for the STS-131 crew as they'll be replacing that ammonia tank. With that grapple fixture gone, that leaves Christopher to resecure the thermal blanket around the ammonia tank and getting a good configuration for landing. He will then take the foot restraint out of the arm and prepare the robotic arm for its long-term stowage configuration on orbit. With that complete, that just leaves, as I said, Danny to stow that grapple fixture on the S1 ammonia tank assembly. We have a shot of that coming up, and you can see where this is going to be positioned for that crew. This grapple fixture is secured with 4 bolts which fit through a keyway and bolted onto structure. It allows, as I said, the arm to grapple large masses, but then it is also removable and can be installed on different structures. So a lot of our large ORUs that we have for replacement capability can be outfitted with this grapple fixture for for replacement if needed. That ends our EVA2. As I said, for EVA1, there is an opportunity we may take advantage of pulling some tasks forward from EVA3, but getting that ammonia tank is our primary objective, and we'll feel very successful with that complete and behind us.